Hello folks, and how are you all doing? So in the last video, we used Golang to create a simple to-do list web API. Now in this video, I have already created one front end in React for the to-do list, and we will see how we can resolve CORS issues in Golang. Now you may be wondering that I told last time that I will create the front end, but I have already created it. And that is because in our channel, there are maybe 15 to 20 to-do list videos, and in many of these, I am building a front end using React. So you can just pick any of the videos and see how in front end we can build a to-do list. So let's not waste time on that, and let's see the more important things and how to resolve the course issues. Because without that, nothing will work. So for example, this to-do list. If I try to write a to-do here, for example, write Python and submit, you can see that it's not working. It's saying that from this localhost 5173, it has been blocked by CORS policy. So what is the use of making such a beautiful application if it doesn't work? So that's why we will see how we can resolve the CORS issues in Golang. So yeah, so first of all, let's see what do we have in our front end, and then we will go to the back end and see what are the things that we need to do. So as you can see, we have the app.jsx, right? And in the app.jsx, what we have done is we have imported routes and route from React Router DOM, and we have created one route with the to-dos. Now, I could have left all of it and just created the to-dos here only, but this is like a better approach because we may need other routes going forward also. So what we have done is we have created these routes and we are using this component called to-dos to see basically what is there. So in the to-dos route, we have a to-do list which is coming from here. Now, what do we have in the to-do list? So let's expand it. So we have a function to-dos as usual, and we are like setting some variables, for example, state variables, because we need it, of course. And you can see there are four: current to-do, updating to-do, to-dos, and open modal. Now let's take a look at what these things are doing. So first of all, I will come to the return part. And as you can see, we have the heading, go to do list. And after that, we have one input and one button. So it's basically these two things. And these are like having basically flex and gap of two. Like we are using Tailwind CSS. If you want to know Tailwind from basics, I again have another video, which is also a to-do list application. And you can watch the Tailwind video to get a brief idea of what Tailwind CSS is. But in short, I will just tell you, Tailwind CSS is nothing but short inline CSS. That's all. If you take a closer look, it's like this only. So anyway, we have the enter to do and submit, and then we have a lot of things which is not showing here. So what we have here, we have to dos, which if you remember is actually an array. This array will store all the to dos. So we are going through like mapping through the to dos and like basically like writing the to dos. So the to dos will have the checkbox which is completed or not, task, and then we'll have two buttons, edit and delete. And these are like beautified. As you can see, we have a lot of styles. And lastly, we have another thing, and that is called open modal. Now what this thing is, so modal is like, what is that called, a box. So when we are clicking on this edit button here, you can see we are opening a modal function. So that modal function will open the modal. So that modal will allow us to edit the to do. So I think if I make it not, we can see some modal, or yeah, so it will come like this. So there will be an update to do. We will change the to do title. We will change the completed or not. But as you can see, we will get lots of course issues. So this is like a warning, I guess we can ignore it. But there will be lots of course issues that need to be resolved, and then we can submit. And for now, nothing will happen. But let's keep it as usual. So in the modal, as you can see, we will have update to do. That is a heading, then the change to do text and one checkbox, and lastly one submit button. So that's all. Very simple front end. If you want to know from the basics, you can just pick any other to-do list video uh, from our channel. Yeah, that's all. Now let's go to the back end and let's try to understand how we can handle these course issues. So first of all, to handle course issues, we will need a package, and the package is called github.com rs course. If you want to see the package, then this is the package. CORS, as you can see, it's written in Golang. And as it's saying here, it's a net HTTP handler implementing like CORS and Golang. And how we do it is, first of all, we import CORS, and then we have to set up something called MUX. And this is like HTTP new serve MUX. And we have to serve with the MUX instead of the HTTP that we are doing currently. And yeah, like this, so we can basically take care of all the course issues. Very simple when we do it. And you can also go through it. And also we can specify if some specific URLs only that we want to allow. Otherwise, we can default give access to any URLs. So you can go through it. And let's focus on the code for now. So it's gone because I think Go has a feature. I mean, the extensions that we have in VS Code with Go has a feature that removes all packages that we are not using. So RS cors, if I save, now nothing is, but yeah, I mean, you get the point. When I save, it's basically removing it. So we don't want that. So I'm not saving it. So we have the package now. So now what we need to do? So we need to, first of all, as we have seen, create a variable called mux, and this is HTTP, new serve mux. And then we have to serve with the mux. So let's create all the routes with the mux. And then we are printing that our app is running in port 3000. And then let's also define some course options. So basically, what are the things that we want to allow? So let's create a variable called course options. And here it will be course dot options. And we will specify a few things. So allowed origins are, first of all, this is string. So we have to write like this. And so we will give our client URL here. So HTTP localhost 5173. Yeah, I think that's good. And you have to use a comma. So in Golang, every line should be ending with a comma inside curly braces. Otherwise, there will be some issues. In JavaScript, for the last line, we can skip it, but not in Golang. Now, for the second line, we will do like what are the allowed methods. So instead of origins, we will specify the allowed methods. And for the last one, we will allow the headers. So for the methods, let's allow all the methods for now. So get, and we have to put it in comma separated formats. So get post, and then we have put patch, and lastly delete. Yeah, that's all. And I think we can also add options. Options. Yeah. And for the headers, we will basically allow content type. And the content type is application JSON or something else that we will specify from our front end. Now let's create a handler. And this handler should be created with the course new options. So course new and course options and handler. And here we will put our mux. Now for the error, HTTP listen and serve, we have port 3000 and nil. Now this is as it is. So that's all. And I think we are getting some issues, and that is because this will not be nil. Because what is the use of this handler? So here we will pass the handler when we are doing the HTTP listen and serve. So that's all we need to do for our course things. So why is it showing an error? Could not import. Yeah, and that is because this is not yet installed. So we have to install it. So how can we install? Installing is very simple. Go get, and instead of Gorilla WebSocket, which we will use in another video, we will do CORS RS CORS, and it will install the package, and we are good to go. So it is added now. Now we can do go run main.go, and hopefully there will be no errors. Yeah, let's allow it. And yeah, so our package is running now. So what we have done, we have imported the RS CORS package. We have created a variable called mux. We have set all the routes with the mux. And then we have defined some CORS options, which has some origins, methods, and headers. The origin is basically our front end. And methods are basically all the methods that we may be using. And allowed headers is the content type, where we can specify what type of content we are passing. And lastly, we are creating a handler with the CORS options. And lastly, where we are doing HTTP listen and serve, we are passing on handler. So that's all. And now all our CORS issues will be resolved. So now let's try to create a to-do and see it works or not. So our first to-do will be write Python, submit. And as you can see, we can get the to-do. Now here we have some issues. Let's see what are these issues. So these are not issues actually. This is like a warning. So you provided a checked prop. So yeah, I think in front end there may be some minor issues, but yeah, these are warnings. So as developers, we simply ignore it. So let's remove it. So as you can see, it works. So let's see if the delete works or not. Yeah, delete also works. So let's write another one. Write JS, submit. It came. Let's close the DevTools and let's try to edit it. Let's edit it to write TS. Submit. And as you can see, it's changed to write TS. So edit works, delete works. And what else is there? I guess nothing. So yeah, so that's all folks. So our to-do list is finally working without these small, minor, sometimes annoying course issues. Even after we have made our application, it will not be working. So it's very important to take care of all these things. So yeah, that's it for this folks. And do suggest me in the comment section what new videos in Golang you want me to make. So I was thinking of making a one chat application. So that is what the Gorilla WebSocket is for. And do suggest me you want me to make videos on Go routines or something else. So yeah, that's it for this folks. And if you like this video, make sure to like, share and subscribe. And that helps me grow the channel. And I will see you next time with another very interesting video. See ya.